Apparently the Throne of Want fights don't count for him. I don't recall using him. Well, I used him on Looking Glass Knight, and I used him in the Memory of Oro. Apparently he had a summon sign for Prowling Magnus that I just didn't see. But he can also be used for the final fight in one of the DLCs. But since Throne of Want doesn't count towards his achievement, I may just not summon him for it. I probably will, just because it's a fun fight, and summons increase the length of the fights. I don't think I can summon Vengarl, though, because I killed Vengarl. And travel to Castle Drangleic for... Is it under? Yes, it's under. Okay. Your days are numbered, old man. As soon as I clear out this area, you're dead. Okay, Old Chasm. So this area sucks, and I might just try to explode Hovel. It's gonna take me a second to figure out how I want to do this. Nice, 1 damage there. So for the wall for this area is Hovel the Rock. Kind of unsurprisingly, it's Hovel the Rock. Fencer Ricard. No, I'm not playing your stupid games. Hovel the Rock Johnson. No, he's wearing way too much clothes to be Hovel the Rock Johnson. Nothing on this end. And a sorceress. Oh god, it's you. Fucking armorer. Not armorer, fencer. I don't know why I called you armorer. I recognize those swords. Okay, we're so close to the bonfire, I think I can just use all of my resources here. I think fighting Hobble straight up and going for the standard strategy, he swings, you hit him with a backstab, is just gonna take too long. I forgot you have like 700 poise. Nope. I will show in a second why I am so afeared of getting within range of Ricard. As soon as I can find his weapon. Ricard's rapier? Ricard's rapier. That combo does a lot. Which is why I want nothing to do with Ricard. And that heavy attack that does all the damage. Oh, hiccups, please. You can pretty seamlessly chain into other attacks. Well, chain from other attacks. It opens you up after it's done. What's the ring that decreases casting time? Because that's the one I need. Hey, buddy. You coming out? Hopefully, decreasing casting time will make fighting Hovel a little bit safer? I don't know. It's never really a safe fight. Especially when your build requires you to be at max stacks of hollowing for it to work. In case anyone's wondering why max stacks of hollowing, the Greatsword of the Forlorn scales off of hollowing, and it's inverse scaling, so the less hollowing you are, you actually get a negative bonus. And then the Dark Pyromancy Flame literally says on it, spell scales with hollowing. The Scythe of the Forlorn, I don't think scales with hollowing, which is weird that only one of those weapons does, but... Ow. Put your shield down, Hovel. Oh, I rolled into the rock instead of the opening. Lame. Got caught on the geometry. For the dragon fight, I will probably have to switch out my fireballs for my chimes, which I haven't used in a while. Because dragons are weak to lightning, even fake dragons. What do you mean by fake dragons? Well, when we get to the boss fight, you'll figure it out. Why did I shoot? I don't know why I led with the lightning arrow. I also won't be able to use this build on... Where's Castle Drain Lag? On Nasandra. If I'm summoning, I, by definition, can't be fully hollowed. So I'll have to switch back over to my greatsword, my other greatsword, and a pair of chimes, and use miracles. I remember dying to Ricard in here, so I might actually have... Where'd he go? I've misplaced my enemy. Where is he? See you later. I might have different spawns in here. So when that happens, I'll be just as surprised as you. But it has been so long since we went through this area that I don't recall. Because we did this area when we first got here. One of the first things we did in Castle Drain Lake was unlock this bonfire to do the first section of Dark Chasm of Old. Which I think can be described as a strong choice. And if you don't know what a strong choice is, make strong choices is a fun little saying. Be bold. It may not always be correct. It may not always work out. But make strong choices. They should be calculated to the point where failure isn't super... It's not the end of the world if the strong choice doesn't work out, but it should also have some inherent level of risk-reward. I mistimed that. Her jump was faster than my overhead. This is actually making me miss the FP system in Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. So, for those unaware, in, I think Demon Souls as well, I haven't played it, but I know Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, you have number of casts, and there are things you can do, stat level ups, equipment, that you can increase the number of casts. Ooh, that had a little bit more range than I thought. In Dark Souls 3, you have a mana bar. And in Elden Ring, I believe you also have a mana bar. And you recover mana the same way that you recover HP. There may be gear that gives you a passive mana regeneration, but I haven't done a magic-based build Despite the fact that my main character in Dark Souls 3 is a fist weapon pyromancer, those pyromancies are supplementing the fact that I'm using fist weapons. So I'm not super worried about running out of FP for magic, but I am worried about running out of FP because my heavy attack is an FP attack. But I think I just used magic Estus. I don't think I had any gear that gave me passive FP regeneration. Hey, Ricard, buddy. I kind of wish this despawn grind existed in Dark Souls 3. I think it would be fun to visit this challenge in a different Dark Souls game. But it's so hated that I doubt it's been modded into any of the other games. I do need to go back and read the franchise director's interview, because he was asked about Dark Souls 2, because the community always wants to know his thoughts on Dark Souls 2, because it wasn't directed by him. And the snippet that comes out of that is, there are things that wouldn't have happened in Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring if someone else was not given the reins of Dark Souls 2, so we could see, oh, this is something we could do in the franchise. Ow. I like to think paired weapons in Dark Souls 3, and I believe that system exists in Elden Ring. I don't know. One of these days I'll have to play it. One of these days might try and coordinate a playthrough with Colin. Get in the hole, nerd. The main reason Colin and I stopped playing together was there was just no time in the day. Between work for both of us and him having to take care of a child. But one day those scales will tip back and it'll just be, oh, there's too much work. And too much work can be worked around. You're still here, Hovel. Oh. jump attack's new. Let's see if I stone ring him. Is that enough to break his hyper armor? The answer is yes. One, two. Ooh, crit. Also, I'm going to be really disappointed if that was the final round of this area. Just as I figure out a strategy, we're done. Well, kind of, sort of. I figured out how to kill Hovel, and now I don't need to kill Hovel anymore. So now Ricard's gonna get it.